What's going on there, guys? Back with another one, and I want to talk about this situation that got a ton of attention on yesterday between Montana State running back Julius Davis, his head coach, and a defensive back on his team by the name of Takari Carr. Now, I think ESPN and those guys who were talking about what happened in this situation that I'm about to show you framed it as, he was taunting players. His coach was trying to hold them back, and he went crazy on them. That's not actually what happened. Takari, which I'm going to show you an apology that he made later in this video, he basically said he played with those guys before, and since the score went final, he was dapping those guys up and they was pulling them away, and that is what frustrated him. Now let's look at this film.
At his finest.
Fitting that this one came right down to the final whistle. 21-13.
Thank you for attending and for your support for NCAA championships. Please travel.
A little heated emotions going on right now between Davis and the other side. Yale, Brent Vegan trying to chat with him, but Montana State 3 points away last year from a national championship. They come up short, and now trying to get back there. The journey begins with a second-round win. For some reason, Davis is really hot.
Yeah, he needs to get control right now. Remember, and you're playing next week, Davis. And if you keep this up, you won't be playing next week. And I'm sure something happened. But you're playing next week, and you're not playing for yourself. You're playing for the team that's on the front of that jersey. And I guarantee you, he's got good reason to be hot. But you got to make up your mind what this is all about. Is this all about you being selfish, or is it about something else?
Yeah, we didn't see what happened before this conversation took place.
And I don't like that. He got physical with his coach, and he got physical with his teammate. Things are going to happen in life. Things are going to happen. It comes down to how you react to it. Not what happened, but how you react to it. That ultimately determines what kind of man you're going to be. And I guarantee you, Davis is not going to be happy when he sees the tape of it. Like I said again, I'm sure whatever happened was bad. It's how you react, though.
Okay, now Davis would go on his Instagram account and he would apologize for that. He said ESPN misconstrued a moment in our previous game. I was not smack talking to Yale players. I actually was dapping up a former teammate of mine from Wisconsin. I want to sincerely apologize to my teammate and my coach for my actions. In the heat of the moment, I let my emotions get the best of me and reacted in a way that was unacceptable. Arguing the way I did was wrong, and I take full responsibility for it. Coach Vegan, or Vegan, however he pronounced it, and I already taught no one outside of this team understands our relationship and how much respect that I have for him. I also understand that my reaction was seen by many, and I'm truly sorry for the example it set. I hold myself, my team, my coaches, and the game itself to a high standard, and I didn't reflect that in my behavior. I'm committed to learning from this moment, handling my emotions better, and showing the respect and professionalism that my teammate, my coach, and everyone watching deserves. Thank you for holding me accountable. I will be better moving forward. Go Cats. So a few things, if you're the player and the coach in that situation, you can't allow anything to make you guys look disconnected when you're playing at such a high level or you're playing for the high stakes. You just advance. Nothing on the field should happen. Again, if Julius Davis is just going over there to dap up teammates and you see something you didn't like, you wait till you get to the locker room to confront him on it. But you cannot have that spill out on the field. And if you're Julius Davis, you average 7.1 yards per carry, right under 1,000 yards. You trying to make an impression on NFL teams. That's what you're trying to do right now. So anything like this can hurt you. When you start talking about where you may potentially be drafted going forward, and or who may pick you up as an undrafted free agent. I'm not sure where his draft stock is. I know 7.1 yards per carry is phenomenal, though, so you can't show your coach up like this in this moment, because this is a narrative. This isn't even just a sideline dust up in the heat of the game. this is something where even if the coach was wrong, you're so close to the next step of your future as a senior, you cannot let them see you like this. Again, now, if he was speaking to somebody he knows, I would like to know why that was an issue. The game had went final. They weren't still playing. Was there an exchange prior, and did he just walk off from the coach and start doing that? Like, was the coach trying to have a conversation with him, tell him something he didn't like, and he was just dapping him up and halfway not listening to him? Because that type of disrespect would be an issue. But I just don't know enough. I only have what they showed us. But, he said they patched it up. Again, you can patch these things up, but we're human. So in the back of our minds, Julius knows this happened and the coach knows this has happened. And either, he'll coach you a little different on eggshells next time, or this thing will blow up even worse. You know what I'm saying? When he's hard on you, because now he has to go the extra mile to prove that he'll call you out. You know what I'm saying? Like, as a coach, just to command the locker room a little more. So even if he's a little harder on you in practice this week, you have to just eat that and be accepting of that. Again, even if he's wrong, because you're so close to your professional career and trying to get into the NFL, you just got to run through that finish line strong, brother. And coach, like, if you were just doing that because he's dapping up some former teammates, that's sad in my opinion. That's really sad. Like, I couldn't imagine, a coach being salty about something like that. But, I've seen stranger things, and I've heard the horror stories from college coaches, both in football and basketball, firsthand from players I know that have played for these people. Some of the people that we anoint as heroes and we love as coaches, they are a totally different way behind those closed doors. And I got stories for days that, obviously the coach has his version of events, but I have it from, the players that I know and other players, they'll get this on the roster to tell me the story the same way they just told it. So, the college game is something else, but he spent some time at Wisconsin, I guess, with one of these players. However, you've been able to come here and increase your prospect at Montana State. So at the very least, this opportunity has put you in a position to be able to play for some championship or, to play, for the whole thing at this level. And so you're going to get probably a combine invite or something like that. So you got to be thankful for this opportunity, man. If you and the coach have been getting along this long, you can make it work for another month or two, in my opinion. So yeah, we'll see how they play. I'm interested in how they bounce back from that. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Till next time. Peace.